And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Murray now on first down. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 7 yards the pickup there. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks. And plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
We got 4. Hey, watch their team.
Here's Murray. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know they're awake, trying to prepare for this one because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll set up to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. They'll set up a throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Now back to throw. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by D.J. Moore. D.J. Moore, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. On play action, it's Murray. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw into the hands of Kirk. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Christian Kirk, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So we'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Cards are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. After the turnover, here's Murray. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Here's Murray. And this one complete to Smith. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th. And now out is the Cardinal field goal team here. From the left hash, this from 34. Blankenship's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
2nd and 11. And he's got the hook up to Moore. Room here to run. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act to this first quarter. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal. They'll drop to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Kramer. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to. Running it won't be easy.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. back to throw. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Terrace Marshall, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10.
Cardinals 10.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there. Making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Touchdown! It's complete. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have once again taken the lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now 17-14. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
2nd down and 7. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. And there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll look to throw here. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. The Panthers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 11. He's got a man. That's Marshall. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 41-yard line.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 41. Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Second and 9. This is McCaffrey. And he's got room. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Yeah, boy, and it's tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run with McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mucked that down for a win in the defense's column.
And that's complete to the right side. It's Marshall. And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 44 yards on the ground for him so far.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Another shot here from the 2 as they come up on 3rd and goal. On the ground, McCaffrey. And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on, and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
They're not going to kick it. A chip shot, but they're going for it down 3 on 4th down. Back to throw here. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Jalen Thompson picks it. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in the second half. Fielded just outside the goal line, and he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big gain. And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
They go play action here on first down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Aleem McNeil breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. For Marshall, that's complete. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Now the former Sun Devil, Zane Gonzalez, for the field goal try. Gonzalez's kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
tackle by the corner, C.J. Henderson. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
3rd and 2, and here's Murray. And that's caught inside the 35. Yeah, he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. A huge play there for Arizona.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
A gain of 6 there on first.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. Now Blankenship on for the PAT. And the lead is up to 14. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he had no room to tackle down inside the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. 3rd quarter action and a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Oh, he'll take a shot from McCaffrey downfield. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Murray now on 1st down. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. Like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch. Blankenship out for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big play that time on the catch and run.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now back to throw. He's going to look deep for more. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Back to throw again. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll look to throw again. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, time to...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Cardinals will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big. They just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The Cardinals on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Now Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. But nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Murray going to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stairs on that sideline. This is one of those games where you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Here's Jones. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. From the gun, Murray. And that's complete. It's the tight end Daniels. And they're going to get him down shy of the first at about the 13-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Blankenship's kick is good. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that